In Guideline Tetris, one of the most powerful and efficient ways of sending lines and verses is by making a perfect clear, or PC for short. In this video, I will aim to give some helpful tips on performing consecutive perfect clears in Tetris. As a disclaimer, this video is going to focus on improving the quantity of consecutive perfect clears done and not the speed at which they're done. Also, perfect clears are inherently luck-based, so getting 10 PC is not going to be a guarantee. However, with the tips and builds that I will present in this guide, as well as enough time, you can expect to improve your PC game dramatically. Let's start by going over one of the most well-known and commonly used methods of attaining a perfect clear, the perfect clear opener, or PCO for short. Here is an example of someone building the perfect clear opener and then getting a perfect clear with it. The chance of getting a perfect clear with this build is only 61%. It can, however, be increased to an 85% chance if you are able to keep the eyepiece in hold, only placing the other 6 pieces, as it opens up more possibilities for different solutions. It is highly recommended that you study all the different solutions to maximize your PC chance. One of the best resources to do this is 4.lol, which has a page dedicated to showing all of the solutions to the perfect clear opener, a link to which will be in the description. Now let's go over one of the lesser known but still commonly used openings for getting a PC, the gray system. While it cannot be built in most circumstances, this build is very helpful to know due to the high PC chance, a whopping 88.6%. The shape is essentially a 4x6 rectangle built with all the pieces except the T-piece. Here is a clip of someone building the gray system and getting a PC with it. Like the PCO, this has many different solutions. However, placing the T-piece vertically as shown will lead to the same exact build as the PCO and thus will have the same solutions. Again, I highly recommend studying the solutions to the gray system. Now that we've covered the two most widely used openers, I will introduce one of the fundamental concepts in chaining PCs, which is the numbering system. Most perfect clears will be made of 10 tetraminos. Because of the bag randomizer in Guideline Tetris games, this means that each perfect clear will leave you with a different number of pieces left over in the bag, which cycles every 7 PCs. For example, your first perfect clear will take 7 pieces from the first bag and 3 pieces from the second bag. This leaves you with 4 pieces left over from the bag, which will be used to make the next perfect clear. This is important because it means that each perfect clear modulo 7 is unique. But more importantly, it means that after 7 consecutive perfect clears, you'll be back at the first PC, and it cycles continuously. Knowing this, you can expect your 8th PC to be similar to your first, your 9th similar to your second, and so forth. While this concept may seem completely useless, an example of numbered PCs being used to maximize PC chance can be seen in the form of Jimothy's Brain Dead 3 PC, which has very high 2nd and 3rd PC chances. Now I will briefly touch on 2-line PCs. In some circumstances, it is possible to get a perfect clear with only 5 blocks instead of 10. Though this is rare, it can be very helpful to look out for these, since if you can spot them, they are guaranteed. One of the most common situations in which you may encounter a 2-line PC is after the ITSC first PC, which has a 42.9% chance of giving a 2-line PC. Something to note is that a 2-line PC will alter the numberings of the PCs you have. Since they use 5 tetraminos instead of 10, instead of adding 1 to your PC number, you should add 4. For example, if you get a 2-line perfect clear on the 3rd PC, your next perfect clear will be a 7th PC. Next, I will talk about another important concept in consecutive perfect clears, which is boxes. Oftentimes, beginners will rely entirely on making pseudo PCO builds after they get their first PC, since they don't really know what else to make. The main flaw in this strategy is that the construction of a pseudo PCO build relies heavily on getting a T-piece. However, this is not always possible. As such, it is important to know what to build, and in many cases you will want to build a box. The term box simply refers to building a 4-height rectangle, typically having widths between 7 and 3 minos. A few examples of boxes are shown. Being able to build a box is important because not only can it be built in almost every situation, but it also reduces the size of the field left for PCs, which can be helpful in thinking of a solution. While they may not yield the highest PC chance, boxes are a great build to go for if you can't find anything better. Lastly, I will share some general tips on how to improve. Obviously, one of the best ways to improve your Perfect Clear game is to practice a lot, as it is the best way to learn from your mistakes, get better at visualizing solutions, and also practice certain setups. Another way to get better is to review your games, looking for better builds and also better solutions that you may have missed. Finally, there are some more advanced builds that you can learn, which are the 2nd PC and 7th PC builds. However, due to the fact that there are hundreds of different piece combinations, it would require a large amount of time and effort to learn all of them. For those who are interested, there will be a link in the description to pages where you can learn them. I hope you will be able to apply these tips to your gameplay, and I wish you all the best of luck on reaching 10 PC. I would like to extend a huge thanks to Jimothy, who assisted me in many ways in making this guide. I would also like to thank Cosine307 for his wonderful advice on how to make the guide. Feedback would be greatly appreciated, as this is my first guide video. Thanks for watching,